What's going on, YouTube? Earth Power here with CVH,
How's it going, everybody?
and we are here to bring you the finals of Season 3. We finally made it. Oh man, Turbo Burn, water, light. What is it? Light, fire, nature?
Light, fire,
Are you
nature,
all right?
turbo burn, yes.
What are you doing? Oh, I didn't know if people
Oh,
could
no,
see what's
sorry.
happening
No,
behind
they
me.
can never see behind the curtain. I wanted to
Oh,
see when we actually uploaded this to Google Drive to know when we
oh,
played
fair
this and how long it took.
Yeah, God, fair enough. Yeah, so anyways, Light Fire Nature Turbo Burn has made it to the finals for the second time in back-to-back seasons. Back at it again, except it's up against Light Water Dark Hydro Hurricane, the first version, if you will. This is before Claude started playing the Gigazord version, which I think we've sort of migrated to in the IDC meta. Um, but kind of your more standard version of Light Water Dark Hydro Hurricane with the same blocker packages and Lost Souls still in here. So,
Yep,
but
adapted
yeah,
to 40 cards, of course.
yeah, and a best of five to decide who will be the best deck, who our new champion will be. Hopefully, you guys got your votes in the poll that we would have perhaps maybe posted a few days ago.
It's up to you.
Um, right. So, yeah, guys, sit back, enjoy, and listen to CVH and I go back and forth as we talk about this match like we normally do.
Yeah, it's been
Finals. We made it.
yeah, anyway, I found out August 16 was when this was uploaded, so I think we played
Okay,
it
so yeah,
early
four,
August.
yeah, 4 months ago. Not bad.
Yep. Yeah, that's
Oh man.
crazy. We made it.
So yeah,
Hydro
we're gonna
Hurricane
start.
wins the die roll and throws a plague down.
Yeah, and it's so and let it be known this is probably not great, but both of these decks that made it to finals, I don't know that I've played a single match behind. So
Yeah,
coming
that's a
into
good
this,
point, actually.
I wanted to. I guess I felt like Hydro Hurricane would have been maybe the more straightforward-ish version deck to get behind, which is why I ended up choosing Hydro Hurricane because I think you were fine playing either. And just the fact that you piloted Hydro Hurricane in the finals in the last one
Well,
felt
Turbo
like that was
Burn,
just kind of a turbo burn. Yeah, what did I say?
the other one.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm
Um,
gonna fix this and make it even longer. I don't know why it's doing this, but we're just gonna sit here for longer than you wanted. It is what it
that's fine.
is.
Yeah, that's fine. We're making it happen. So yeah, shout outs to the glare. We'll try to call out CVH's man as he plays it.
Sky
But
Sword
yeah,
and Bronze Arm, which would imply that I have another Bronze Arm tribe.
fingers crossed. Paolo Elisis, good start to all of this. Basically helps me avoid uh, Searing Wave, which is your really the only removal, at least early, outside of like Volcano Charger for the Mystrios. But trying to set one of those up early, see if I can force some removal on you in the beginning. Um, and that'll help me hopefully over the course of the next couple of turns avoid a apocalypse slice as well. So
Yeah, Palo's
so here's
definitely the
sniping.
cards you want in this matchup. Helps
Yeah,
the everything survive the charges and the waves. But it's Volcano Charger, Searing Wave, and the two Apocalypse Vice. That's really
yeah,
the only removal in my deck. And there's soul swaps too, but not wide removal or anything.
yeah. Both volcano charges go down early. You do have Reap and Sow, which keeps me off of 5 mana for next turn, and you get to snipe the light mana. Go ahead and put Lara Giga back down, and I just pass play. It looks like I'm holding Miraculous Snare and not a Mystrios. See if I show my hand here in a moment.
Oh,
But
if
yeah,
it's not if
hands.
it's Mystrios, then I think if it was Mystrios, maybe putting the snare down this turn would make more sense.
Yeah,
But then again, maybe not if you're worried about my own Mystrios, which you were, and it was right.
yeah, it works out. And then you just have the follow up. So it's a tough one.
It's a tough one. The double miss.
Yeah, energy stream goes down. I played my Mysterios. Don't know what my last card in hand is.
Find
Yeah,
out
yeah,
probably.
this one. Yeah, it looks like this one's going to be a slog, guys. So strap in. Um, you have a ton of cards in your hand, but I think removal is hard because of the Pala, which is what I'm hoping for. So Essence Elf play, we both get to draw off our mists, and I guess we're just basically playing to see who can get ahead faster and then deal with whoever else's Mysterios.
Yeah, the
So
Pela
I
makes
think,
your deck, makes your Mystery-Os very hard to deal with. But it's kind of like what happened, I think, in the Alcadius matchup versus Turbo Burn, where it's like if we both have Mystery-Os, the deck that can get rid of the opponent's mana easier can utilize the Mystery-Os better.
yeah,
Currently, that's
especially
me.
yeah, especially since you didn't play mana this turn, which is interesting, but you are ahead by at least by one right now. So I'll go to 6 next turn, but double Essence Elf and a 1 mana Logic Cube is pretty fresh, I will say. And now you just get to flex on your mana right now, and I have to hope I have Hydro Hurricane or something to deal with you just having all of the things at this point.
Well, you do. You have Hydro, Mist, and Petrova looks like your hand, and Hydro's not looking too bad, honestly.
No, no, not at all.
Like you'd like to save Hydras for bigger plays, but when you look at this particular board, like getting to bounce my Mysterios and mana, like that's pretty strong. Because it prevents that Apocalypse Vice I just searched for being relevant for quite some time.
Hmm.
Whoa. Thing.
Yeah, play the Petrova instead.
It
Keep
does mean I
everything
have to
weird.
1-for-1 with Apocalypse Vice on Mysterios if I go for that.
Yeah, and I
But I
have the
think
other.
the main issue I find with that is it's good against Apocalypse Vice, but if I start playing burn spells like any like Reap and Sow plus Mana Crisis or something, or even a Cataclysm of
Yeah,
Corruption, like you might just never get to play the Hydro Hurricane.
yeah. This is a poor play by me. Should have just hydroed immediately, bounce your mist, bounce 2 mana, and maybe. I mean, I guess I could take a shield there if I really wanted to. I don't see a reason to do that, but the follow up after the Hydro Hurricane is what's questionable, right? Because you just play your mist back down, and then we're basically in the same boat again, just with you minus 2 mana.
You're gonna put me at 4. It's tough either way, right? Because you could have put me at 4 mana, but then I would have played mana and I still would have had 2 Essence Elves. So then I still would have APOC'd.
Yeah,
So I get it. The Hydro didn't look great.
yeah. I'm able to
Um,
replay mist, so we're basically back in the same boat. Which, like I said, I think we end up here regardless. I think the point is that I just want to, if I can somehow keep 6 mana over the course of the next turn or two, I can Hydro Hurricane, uh, which would be a lot stronger. Obviously, the more light cards and dark creatures I can get on the board. But this Fortress Shell is going to ruin my day.
and it's tough because this version doesn't have darkness creatures and bouncing my pretty good, but it would have been better at a critical time. Now I've got kind of a
Uh,
mana.
yeah,
Also
you get to play
eruption.
Cataclysm. Yeah, Fortress and Cataclysm back to back is that one's I don't want to say it's game breaking, but
But you are at 1 mana.
it's pretty close to game breaking. It's about as close as you can get, and I don't have a play on too. So
No 2-drop on turn 15.
yeah, yeah. This is bad. Things aren't looking good for Hydro Hurricane here.
Good for my internet connection for some reason either, but it's okay.
We're making it. We're getting there. Yeah. So I mean, I want to go back to that Hydro Hurricane play on 6 there, where I had it. Would have put you at 4 mana. You still would have been able to APOC my mist. But at that point, I would have been able to play another mist. I don't think you would have APOC'd. I think you would have just probably replayed your mist at that point. So,
Wait, if you had Hydro
but
Hurricanes?
yeah, because you would have just played mana and played mist.
Well, I
You
would have
had
been able to Apocalypse Vice multiple creatures because you wouldn't have like it was Hydro or Petrova.
yeah, yeah, and you would have been able to APOC, yeah, mist and Pala together. Yeah,
That would have been worth it.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah, it stinks because like I just don't see that there was an option for Hydro here. You being able to get missed out first, and then obviously I dealt with the first one, but you were able to replay the second one after that. I don't know that there was an out for Hydra at that point.
Reached the
Yeah.
point where I think I'm not drawing off of Mysterios anymore.
Yeah, we
You
counted
still
decks
are.
there during that little during that back and forth. We both counted decks, and I think I'm ahead in cards by a few at least.
Still playing creatures because I need them to attack. And if they might not always be the best thing to do. Really need the shields here. But yeah, looking at next turn, I can probably afford to Searing Wave just Gigabalza, just the worst
Yeah,
1-for-1 in history. But I think it's about okay, so we're just gonna play the shell and probably start attacking now. See no reason why I shouldn't, because I have 7 attackers to 1 blocker, 5 shields, and that is enough for game. I'll probably wind up hitting trigger at some point, but still.
yeah, you lose a fortress out of this, but I mean, otherwise, unless you just hit an obscene amount of shield triggers, um, there's almost no penalty to doing this. Like even Holy All doesn't give me any sort of potential way to get back into this game.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
you're
and
going
no
for 1
trigger.
mana
Yeah,
the following turn, so what you see is what you get with that board.
yeah, no triggers just means the game. So on to game two.
Oh my god, the internet connection. I don't know what's up. I'm
Yeah,
sorry, I'm wired. The game's like, oh, look at this. Best of 5.
yeah.
I want to go best of 5 with 2 slow decks.
Turbo Burn takes a decisive game one though, and all things considered, pretty fast. So
Yeah, I
I
mean,
think
there were
that
a
game was
couple of
over at
critical
that turn
turns.
6. Yeah, where when the double miss came down, when the second miss came down, rather, I think that was game. So
Yeah,
or at
double
least that was
miss.
deciding. Might not have known it at the time, but I think that was when Hydra Hurricane was beat.
Reap and Sow being generally just very good.
Yeah,
Continue in this matchup, it really does shine because it, can come down pretty consistently before you can play Mystrios. Even if I don't win the die roll, which I didn't, like any combination of Essence Self or Bronze Arm Tribe will allow me to start Reap and Sowing mana away before you get to play Mystrios or Petrova or the version with Ice Vapor. That would have been a problematic card, but any 5-drop you can beat out to the punch with Reap and Sow.
yeah, I think, yeah, and you're right. I think that card is definitely, at least it was for sure, one of the MVPs of game one there. Because it did exactly that, right? It took me off of Mist before you could play Mist, and I think that's really just this match, right? Whoever gets Mist out first is probably going to end up running away with the game.
Yeah, that's how I
Or
felt in the any Hydra Hurricane mirrors I've ever played. It's very Mystrios centric.
yeah,
And of
just
course,
crazy.
removal being very important too. Like Miraculous Snare was very good on the first one. If I hadn't had a second, you probably would have won.
Right, which is, I mean, talk about cards we used to undervalue, a decade ago. Mystrios has turned out to be just, if not, just one of the best cards in this game.
Yeah, it's weird because like I want to say I was right about it, but we definitely overvalued it for a time too. It's just the decks we put it in were so bad. Spencer and I were running those 70 card Mystrios piles, and we were
Yeah,
like, "Wow, it just draws infinite cards. It's so good." But then we thought it was. But then we thought we were wrong about that, and it was actually bad. But then now we're like, "Oh, yeah, it's actually not
that's
bad."
yeah. Well, that's yeah. Education in
Yeah,
game, yeah. So, energy stream, good way to start, right? You don't
great
have
way
a
to
way to
start.
discard my hand, so just load up the hand, come up with some options, and see if we can find some plays. Looks like I do have a Giga Balza or a Locomotive or whatever card I'm running in this deck. So,
I think these are
yep,
locos.
yeah, you have the turn 3 bronze again. So, shout outs to Turbo Burn.
It's turboing. Turbo Burn be turboing. And okay, hits the volcano charger. Not a bad hit, honestly, if you're still on the Mystrios plane.
No, yeah, for sure. If I have one, I don't know that I do. Looking at my hand, it looks like Lost Soul, Petrova, and a few other things.
Oh, it's Gigaballs. I literally just said the wrong thing. You're not playing whatever, you're playing the balls. And the point of it in this deck is that if you do have to Petrova your 4-cost darkness card, most people play Locomotiver, so you'd want to Petrova your Gigaballs so their locos don't. Nowadays, I think that, since the Chimeras are in style, decks that previously only played Locomotiver but no Petrova now want to play Gigaballs just in case they can get a sweet buff off of an opponent's. Kind of a weird thing, but Locomotiver is kind of like not meta right now.
Yeah, yeah. It's interesting, right? You're just playing mind games. Ooh, That's an interesting one for Turbo Burn, huh?
Not a great turn.
Sky Sword goes down.
Ugh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess. I mean, Fortress could have gone down there with Swap in your hand.
It could have. The thing about that is there's on there, and I like to, if I can, be a little greedy and like play Fortress from hand and swap them out. Like by keeping the shell and the swap, I can like on turn 8 I can swap into the shell that's already in mana and then hard cast another one.
Yeah.
2 shells is better than 1, but it's still pretty optimistic. But hey, it could happen as early as next.
Yeah. Yeah. Part of me was tempted a turn ago just to call Chimera and just start swinging. Because I was like, what are you going to do to a Patrol on a 6 to 5,000 power Gigaballs? But yeah, the one Sky Sword there would have definitely stopped a lot of that momentum in its tracks. So glad that wasn't the play.
Yeah.
Yeah, called Guardian. That's just the one to call. We have Pala. I ended up having to put another Pala down because I'm holding Lost Soul and I believe Terror Pit. So if you play the Mysterios, I need to have the Terror Pit ready. If you play Mysterios, the Lost Soul followed by the Terror Pit is going to be very strong. Um, I just need you not to have mana burn this turn.
Well, we
So
know I do. And the fact that I had a second Sky Sword meant I could put the first one down in blank turn 4 and still get to 8 mana this turn, which is important number. I guess I only have 2 cards in hand. Is that really the situation? No, so I drew something else that made me want to put a fortress down. Maybe I drew another fortress shell.
that's just rude.
Yeah, I don't know what that
Just
last card in my hand is, but I decided to put fortress shell and mana instead of it, which means I can only imagine that it's another fortress. I just got like flooded with shells. Like not the time on that.
hey, man.
Wow, Glenna Vwele.
Forgot that card. Yeah, I forgot that card was in the deck. Good lord. Um, guess we can break some shields here. Yeah.
You could, and if you hit a shield trigger, I think your card does a thing.
It does. It gives me a shield,
Nice.
which is real dumb in this matchup. But yeah, here we are.
It's also like 12,500 power right now, right?
Yeah, it's massive. Yeah, it's massive, and I don't know that your deck has an answer for it. So
I'm kicking
outside of
myself for using one of my 2 swaps last turn, probably.
yeah, and that's so, and I think that's why the Glenavelle came down because like if he's got the swap, he's got the swap. But if he doesn't, there's only one left in deck. So here we go. Maybe I can get 2 or 3 breaks out of this thing before you find your swap. So
Might be
and
the
you also
first
have
time
one
that's hit
card.
board.
Yeah. Yeah. First time it's hit board, and first time it might be relevant. So like I said, I just need it to live another turn. Because I mean, if I can swing with it this turn, break with Gigaballs, or break with Petrova, you're at 0 shields. And then you just need to have an answer for Glenavale. Like, and I just
Outside of the swap or a valve to get back the swap doesn't actually exist. I could just stall with like sky swords and blockers. It only gets you
yes,
so far.
the Sky Sword engine could get you there. It looks like
It
Fortress is
was a
going to
third.
be your answer for now. Yeah, it
So
sure
many.
was.
But
Am I
yeah, I'm
gonna
just
have?
getting beat down.
I don't have a play. All right, here we go. Yeah, we're just on the Glenavale plan. So
It's doing it. Yeah.
yeah, so basically this is the turn. You need swap, and if you don't have it, I think you just lose.
Yeah, because like you double break and Petrova is untargetable, and I don't run Holy Awe, so
Right.
that
I
would
mean,
just
if you
be
have a
it.
block, if you have a blocker, sure, that's an answer, but it's not a great one. I also have 2 attackers, so you need 2 blockers here. Looks like you're
That's
tapping some
5.
stuff.
Is it a
Yeah,
foul?
Scott.
Oh, it's
Scott.
not.
Wow. Good lord.
Felix, and I'm drawing, and
You draw first. Oh yeah, you don't have any spells down.
that's funny.
That's hilarious. All right,
Felix,
so you do get. Yeah, so if I can find the one
the
spiral
one
gate
spiral.
deck, or if I have light in hand, a
So
snare will
now
do it.
I'm actually debating attacking here because I could set up a 2-turn, which doesn't
If
look
you,
very good in hindsight.
no, if you give me snare though, I think that auto
There
loses for
or
you.
yeah, or I hit awe. That's definitely an auto loss.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. Oh my god. Oh, because I guess I have no
Yeah.
answer to Glen of Welle, right? So like, I guess with 0 answers outside of getting turbo lucky with that last Turbo burn getting turbo.
I mean, it's here in the booth with you, Earth Power and CVH.
Yep.
Oh man. Yeah, this match. This is not what Hydro Hurricane's supposed to look like, ladies and gentlemen. But sometimes Glenavale just gets you there.
Yeah, I don't think Glen of Willy is included in this deck because it's like a beat down card. I think it was originally like an answer to Alzonius, weirdly. But hey, sometimes.
What? Me being at 4 mana is very beneficial for you because I have this stupid Terror Pit.
Yeah, that's lucky that you could only play Marrow Ooze this turn and then just attack.
I
So
am so
close.
upset right now. Yeah. My big ass chin. It's just in the camera. Just upset. Oh man. Just a mana away. These fortress shells ended up coming in clutch for you.
But now I have to answer Marrow Ooze, or I won't be able to. Or I won't be able to win. And I also have to dodge all of the shield triggers because wouldn't you know it, I don't think I have an answer to Glen of Willy. Still, it's been like 5
Yeah.
turns of this.
Yeah. The deck plays. Is the deck? No, this deck. Yeah, it's you're still playing Logic Cube. That card's still in here.
Yeah, there's a couple. Really taking my time on that draw.
Yeah. Well, I mean, your back's against the wall, right? Like you're either gonna try to swing for game this turn, which I
Which I
guess you can because of the Marrow Ooze.
I can't. Yeah, I think I have an answer. God, one would hope.
Well, you can force me to block with it now.
Yep, removes an attacker.
Yeah.
Gotta have a play with the rest of my 5 mana with double elf on the board.
I just can't imagine that you don't, which is what's wild here. I was expecting that Sky Sword to happen a lot sooner than it did. I was expecting at least a Logic Cube or a Foul before those did. Like, what is
My
happening?
hand
What
my
is
hand
your
includes
hand?
a Fortress Shell, Reap and Sow. Reap and Sow would actually maybe be good here because I have a swap. Okay.
Well, what the hell?
Okay. I was gonna say even Reap and Sow would take you off of Hydro Hurricane and Pit mana, which is relevant.
Yeah.
No, it's not because I don't have a blocker. Okay. Just be over here saying incorrect things to the camera.
Yeah. I mean, that's fine. You can swap out Guinevere here. You can bring in the Skeeto, which is awful.
Yeah, actually not a very not an amazing card.
Yeah. And if you drew that swap off of the last card you just played, that would be the only reason not to play though. Why you wouldn't have played Reap and Sow this turn at least. So because there's no sense in trying to risk it.
Yeah. Wish I knew what the
Like
rest of my
sure.
hand was.
Yeah.
Another card that I don't know.
At least a Fortress Shell.
There's a
Fortress Reap
shell and
and
a.
Sow and something else.
Well, now I
Deep in
have
the tank.
7 attackers on board. I mean, getting rid
Yeah.
of Glenna and giving you Skeeto does seem pretty dang safe. So I guess that's the move that I go with.
And you get a draw off of it, which is cute.
Yeah. We get the charger. Yeah. It's all
Oh
looking
yeah.
good.
Because you still have lethal here too. Oh yeah. Yeah, that all worked out. Come on now.
Yeah. Come on now.
Come on, dude. We
Do I
got
actually have lethal? No, because there's 2 new
yes.
creatures.
Oh yeah, because you swapped out one. Yep. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You
Well,
had 5.
I had
That's
just
fine.
played Sky Sword and Elf. You have Mosquito.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Good call.
More blockers. You get back some mana. I think that's yeah. Wow, that
Yeah,
was
I think that's the game, man. I am
yeah, I've
man.
got to have an answer. I mean, I have a shell which is not very good and like I think maybe just one other card or 2 other cards depending on if I drew off of miss. I know it's still your turn actually. I just drew off a miss. So you're debating breaking with Gigabalza, right?
I guess so, yeah, because that would. I mean, it doesn't do anything for me. Unfortunately, like Hydro Hurricane. I mean, I just bricked so bad over the course of 2 or 3 turns, just trying to find removal and or other creatures. And yeah, Glenavuela was great, but I just had no follow up to it after I played it, which is a dang shame.
Definitely. Well, I think I have an
So,
Essence Alpha Bullmedius, a couple unknowns.
yeah, so
Um,
you could just play it super safe here over the course of the next like 4 or 5 turns. I think. I mean, you've stabilized now at this point. Glenavuela has been dealt with. I don't have anything else, at least massive, that I can play unless I top another Petrova. But
yep, I still. Okay, so I do get an APOC back with the Belix. Play a 4-cost Apocalypse Vice. Play the Bullmedius, but now it's very safe to just attack
yeah,
because you would need an obnoxious amount of shield triggers. I still have a blocker, so I can still just go in. I
but
should
do
still
you?
go in here because it's Actually, no, I should not. Because I mean,
No,
if
no,
I want to be
yeah,
100%, because if I hit another Locum Gigabalza and you have removal, well, that actually doesn't matter because you still have to find a way to stop. Well, yeah, it's like, yeah. Then I
that
think I
also helps.
realized that attacking was a mistake because the last two are Gigabalza Hydra, Gigabalza Holy Yaw.
And a removal, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, you can just wait here and yeah, it doesn't I don't have a creature, so I can Hydro Hurricane and bounce the Bali, which is fun.
I mean, it's relevant because it presents exactly Gigabalza Holy Yaw as a path to victory. Boy, my board is looking a hot mess.
Yeah, this give you mist because it's expensive. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I don't know what's happening anymore. Okay, I got the
Yeah.
bronze arm because it's probably the worst card in my deck right now. Something like 13 mana.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 now. Yep. The one cost
Now
logic.
we're cubing. That should cost 0 if this game had any justice.
I think you have to tap something to play a card in this game. That's the rule, right?
What a racket. Apocalypse Vice on a single Gigabalza because it's somehow
Because it takes
correct.
me off the lethal. Yeah, yeah. It's just that's the game. So, man, Turbo Burn taking it 2-0, up 2-0 early. Wow.
Yep.
How
But
about it?
wait, there's more. It's a best of 5, everybody.
Yeah. Stay
Oh, man.
tuned, man. Moving on to game 3. See if Hydro Hurricane can mount just some sort of comeback here. That's twice now that we've reached essentially like the climax of this duel, and you've ended up with just a bajillion mana, and me with just not a lot of mana. So
That,
your
yeah.
deck's done a good job of keeping me at least struggling, because like I would have had game there if I'd had one more mana. You know, that the Terror Pit that I wasn't able to play on the blocker to remove it to swing with the Glen of Vale was game changing. So, you
Yeah.
know, things worked out.
Can I just say, from my perspective, I don't remember that game at all. Like,
Yeah.
I was
I
so
am
shocked at
also
every twist and turn.
I am also reliving these with you in every moment, brother.
Yeah,
These
that
are
usually, like, even though it's been 3 months, there's still like a whiff of memory there to
yeah,
pull from. But like, I
yeah.
saw Glenn Abuele just beating my ass, and I was like completely taken off guard. I had no idea what would
Like
happen next.
like couldn't remember if he won that game or not and how many games this went to. Oh
Wow,
man.
crazy! What a
Yeah.
beating
Yeah, a
from
little
Glenna.
little behind the scenes for you. We don't watch these back, guys.
Oh, we don't.
Not at all.
We are barely
Lost Soul
getting.
goes down. My hand is some sort of hot garbage this match. I'm surprised if I don't show it to the camera here after I play this next mana. I do. I'm remembering this hand now because it was expensive. Um, minus
Ah,
that
hey.
Marrow Ooze, but yeah. So, but that's not going to do a ton for me here over the course of the next, which is probably why I should have played it.
Was that Glenna
Gigaballs is gonna
miss?
Glenna missed Gigabalza and the other Lost Soul.
Goodness gracious.
So I am gonna have the Gigabalza, which is nice.
Yeah, actually quite good because I've ramped a lot and I'm set up to play a bunch of good stuff, but I have not many cards in hand.
You
So
say that three's kind of a lot.
less than 4.
Yes, you're right. I sniped the swap out of your hand, and I'm just really hoping you don't have Reap and Sow here. Reap and Sow are missed. Either one of them are bad. Maybe you just brick on 5 again like last game.
Swap is a good hit though.
It's a missed. It's a freaking missed.
Now you get to play your own. I get to draw, but I have slightly
Yeah.
more mana and Essence Self on
I
board.
I will say, maybe I'm triggered, but holding on to that Glen Veil this match is probably not correct, and I'm holding it because I feel like it was my only out last game.
Well, I mean,
Like
let's
I
think
feel,
about this. You've already discarded one of my 2 soul swaps. Glenaville could just beat my ass again.
oh man,
As a
I
matter of fact, it just might. Because all right, I can reap and sow away the light mana. I don't know if I'm scared of Glenaville because like light mana is correct either way, but like
there
that'd be
goes the
really
other
funny.
swap.
You
I
have a
will
light
say
mana for
when
that?
I gotta say that when that swap goes down, like part of
Wait,
me got a little excited.
you just not have light mana?
I don't think I do, man. I didn't have it.
Oh, you do.
Oh no, I do. Okay,
But
I do.
now it's weird because I have 4 creatures on board and I could kind of 2-turn here. Well, maybe not.
Yeah, and you could just race it. So
That's a tough decision, isn't it? I mean, the Lost Soul's looking pretty bad because you know I'm gonna have mana burn before you get to 7.
yeah, but I need to put down. I need to play this. I need to make a play this turn, and I think it has to be going to Veil, unfortunately.
Like in
Which
mana
is
or in play?
at play. Probably I'm digging for answers here. I'm basically hoping to find a Lara Giga, really.
That's kind
Because
of
if I could,
because Glenavuele would have been completely unanswerable for me, except for Fallon to
uh,
Soul Swap.
unanswerable minus the fact that you could just race,
Well, yeah,
and now the game's over. So that's
yeah,
that's yeah, that one's tough. So if I had played Glenavela there, you could have still made the same play, killed my Giga
yeah.
Balls if I swung with it, and then I
Broken
just
3 or something.
yeah, because I don't know that I would have swung with Giga Balls. I would have probably just double broke.
I probably would have just killed Gigaballs with some removal and then. Okay, so I did actually come into the foul, which could have gotten swap back if I needed to get swap back for the Glenna. Doesn't look like Glenna's going to be hitting board anytime soon though, because back at
Yeah,
2 mana.
I have a million cards in hand, and I think if we're listening to this live right now, I'm basically cursing the dual master gods that I'm about to lose this match 3-0, and Claude's gonna say some shit about me.
Yeah, you just lost with the other Claude deck.
I'm just I'm not doing him any favors in season 3.
Um,
Yeah,
yep,
and
here
me at
come the
0 mana
dudes.
now. Yeah, there they are. I hit the holy all, which is cute, but yeah, what am I gonna do with 1 mana? I guess I can play Marrow Ooze. Am I
Not
gonna do it?
bad. You
Not
have
even.
it? You do have it?
I
You've
don't. Maybe not. I have no idea.
you don't have it, then I get it. If you've got it, you gotta play it. That's a Gigaballs. It is news somewhere.
I could
Yeah,
have sworn I
we're
had.
going through the
Yeah, yeah. It's just this is we're just watching the deck lose at this point. So yeah, reveal the Glenavale, show my hand out there, and I'm just letting you flex for the sake of flexing right now.
yeah.
So I had to think about what I was doing with it. Oh man, and that is how season 3 wraps up, guys. Maybe the most one-sided, and definitely the most one-sided a season has ended in all 3 bracket tournaments so far. Light Fire Nature Turbo Burn, giving it the 3-0, taking down Hydra Hurricane in a decided fashion, and showing to be maybe just one of the best decks. Or we talk about it all the time. We make the joke that these seasons are to try to find the best deck, and Light Fire Nature I think has the best record of any of them.
Yeah, in the 40 card format. Not a bad choice, I would say. Kind of works. Yeah, I mean, even last format or last tournament when it lost in the finals to Waterfire Nature aggro. I mean, at least
Yeah.
that was a 3-2.
Yeah, that was probably just one of the tightest matches we played in 2 tournaments at that point. So, best of 5 literally went to 5. Um, even the foul match I think went 3-1. So, when
We didn't
foul
play
ended
it
up
at all
winning.
in the first
Oh,
season, right? Like Light Fire Nature.
no, Live Fire Nature was not played. Yeah,
So
and
7-1.
7-1. 7-1. So Light Fire Nature is your winner. Who guessed it? Who voted for it? I'm not sure that Claude did. So, keep shouting him out. I appreciate you, friend. Thanks for all the fun decks you've given us to play over the course of however long. And yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, comment down below. We made it through another season, season 3. Will
And
there
this one
be a
only
season
took like
4?
6 months.
Yeah, it's just the question being, will there be a season 4? CVH.
We're unprepared to answer at this time.
My PA PR specialist.
Yep.
Yeah, that's CVH over here. All right, guys. Until next time, comment, like, all that fun jazz, and see you next time. Beach.